Hey guys, we're at Sailors Creek Battlefield here in Virginia, me and Malibu. Guys, come with us as we take you on a tour of Sailors Creek Battlefield, all the really cool Civil War stuff. And as always, guys, there's always a surprise, so come on, let's have some fun together.
We're glad to share the places and the people that we'll meet. Think of the memories we'll have. Exploring hidden history, it's time to hop aboard on the road with Malibu and Dad. On the road with Malibu and Dad.
All right, guys, so we're at the Visitor Center here at Sailors Creek Battlefield. It's a state park run by Virginia, and starting to rain a little bit. But a cool place. I think you're gonna like what you see on the inside. So let's go in and check it out. This is one of the greatest battles towards the end that occurred here with Lee and the Southern Army and the North fighting here. It was kind of a demise period, but Malibu's ready. So let's go in, guys, so we can see some of this cool history. All right, so we're gonna sign in. Like every great park, they always have a place here where you can buy items and gifts on your visit. And I love the way they have this all set up with the historical state park. Sailors Creek Battlefield. This portrait here, believe it or not, guys, is on tin, and this sign was made to be outside, and this was the battle depiction of Sailor Creek. And I just loved it's made out of tin. It was made for outside, and now they've got inside. And you can see how the Union Army was all set up as they were advancing towards the Southern Army. During Sailors Creek battle here, there was actually 3 skirmishes in one, pretty much. And it wasn't good for the South. The North was definitely gaining ground, had a little more strength, more provisions. So this is kind of what it would look like. The cavalry advancing ahead and the infantry moving in. I love as you come in. Have the battle map here. And as you can see, Sailors Creek Battlefield Historic State Park is right here. This is where Lee retreated from. It's showing you how it all took place. Petersburg is right to your right. So much history right here in the area, guys. And literally this is where Farmville's at, just to the left of the battle area. So guys, this is a real interesting story about Samuel Eddy. He was a private in the Union Army. He was pinned down during the battle. He took a bayonet to the back, or actually to the front, and thrust him, and it stuck in the ground. And he was able to kill his attacker. And he lived after the war. And the story is, that was kind of like him right there. Getting bayoneted and able to fight off the Confederate soldier. Some of his personal, like his dog tag, some personal effects. The gravesite where he's buried in Massachusetts. Kind of interesting battlefield tale that he tells what occurred to him. So Samuel Eddy, neat story. Tells you a little bit about life in camp. Different things they made. Union cap. Some of the buttons have been found here. And they document some of the history of the battlefield, which is really neat to read. preserving the history of Sailor Creek, which is very important. It talks about the Union occupation and has some really cool pictures of bullets here. Walk along the next one here. Battlefield restoration. Nice to come around the corner. And it talks about the fall of Richmond. There's a really cool depiction of Ulysses S. Grant and General Lee. Talking about from Petersburg to Amelia Courthouse, the skirmish. Actually a picture of looks like a soldier killed in battle. Some of the cannon shot. Journals. Those are amazing. I can't even, you imagine stuff like that coming at you. This is what they would call like the cannon shot with the blast, where the balls would just separate. I got a limber chest here. Survived a Confederate retreat. It's an actual chest. That's where they kept ammunition and stuff. Here's a back shot of a Confederate flag. Some of the artifacts found here. And these are pretty cool too, some more artifacts. Apologize for the lighting. Lighting's not so great. Some more history. You can read up all about different commanders, artillery brigades, generals. A lot of neat stuff. You can catch up on here. More artifacts found here. The battle site. Spencer rifle. Talks about High Bridge. Buddha Mom sitting there waiting on me. And I like the front side of this too. This is neat. Some war artifacts. All right, guys, so we're at the Hillman House. This is where the Battle of Sailor Creek occurred. Actually right over this exact ridge right here. And just past that white small shed is where the creek is, and a lot of hand-to-hand combat was fought there. The Union had the upper hand here where we're at by the house, and they were defending this position. The Hillman House was actually a makeshift hospital at the time of the battle. And believe it or not, there are still a lot of Confederate soldiers buried in mass graves out there. So this is a very solemn, sacred ground. And I'm going to show you the house. And the way they have the house set up, guys, is it is actually set up as it would have looked like during the field hospital during the battle, 1865 here at Sailor Creek. And they've done a wonderful job, the state of Virginia, preserving this old home and how they have it set up. And the Rangers are out here doing the job to preserve history each and every day. Let me take you in, guys. As you come in, obviously, this would be the surgical table. And they've got it set up. They're not trying to be morbid. They just wanted to make it as realistic as possible of how they would have the surgical table set up during the battle. And basically, they were doing surgery as the battle was right there. You guys are seeing this firsthand. We got a nice visit here. The Rangers opened everything up for us. They love to preserve the history, so they said, yeah, absolutely, guys, come in and check it out. So One of the surgeons here. The home is just exquisite. This would be some of the trauma kits used. There's the saw. And literally the doctors are here trying to save lives. People coming and doing surgeries at the table here. Something that was noted to me, if you look to the floor, guys, the dark areas there, you can almost see where the surgeon's feet were. And the reason why I say that is because all around it, blood was just pouring down from the amputees and the wounds. And there's actually a basement. I'll take you down there. And let's go to the next room. As we're coming to the next room here, guys, you're going to see where they had a couple Union officers were actually wounded. One shot in the hip along the creek. And there's notated history about it. And he talks about being in this field hospital. And this is what it would look like. And another officer was in this bed. And you would see, obviously, their artifacts, their boots, gloves, saddles, hats, everything depicted as it would have looked. And the home belonged to a Captain James Moses Hillman. He was the actual owner of this home during the time of the battle here. And he was imprisoned at the time. He had already been captured in Petersburg. And it's not really known if he ever found out from the prisoners taken here or brought to the same prison as him, if he knew the story or not, or what happened to his home. So it's quite unique. This place is just filled with absolute amazing history. And this is some of the gear you would have seen. There were soldiers probably all lined up along the floor here. And believe it or not, these plates right here, guys, are actual blood stains and DNA that was taken. Some of the colleges, like Liberty University, actually helped to authenticate the blood stains here along the top. And you can only see a speck right now, but under blue light, it looks like a big giant bloodbath was right here. But this was where they'd be convalescing. Some of the old hats. I love how they've made it about as realistic as possible in this room. Beautiful overview. Then I want to direct your attention to this picture here. And this is another unique story within a story. And this is Dr. Robert Russell Morton. And Dr. Morton, believe it or not, was born in this house. And his mother was a slave here. And he came out of it. And he talks and does an autobiography about his life. He did some amazing things in history. Was there during the Lincoln Memorial representation when they first opened up. There's actual artifacts and pictures of him. I've got another picture here of him. Amazing man. And he was born in this house. His mom was a slave here. And he went on to do a lot of great, awesome things with Booker T. Washington. And did some investigations during World War I of some civil rights violations that occurred. Just amazing. So if you guys get a chance, look him up. Dr. Robert Russell Morton, M-O-T-O-N. I believe is how he spells it. Just amazing. Another really cool piece of history. Love the old hats here, the swords. And as you go into the next room, guys, there probably were more soldiers, probably all lined up in here. This house was actually very big. The family at the time, this house was built back in the 1700s, were considered quite wealthy. And then there's an upstairs I'll take you to. But the depiction of the war hospitals is really neat. I'm glad you guys got to see it like I did. And I feel so close to history here because of the way they set it up. The Forestry Service did such a great job. Having Captain Hillsman's photo, which is just absolutely amazing when you look at that. The fireplace and all the artifacts here are just incredible. And the bloodstains. So let's go upstairs and check out the rest of this incredible house. This just blows me away. When I take you downstairs, you're gonna see bloodstains on the bottom and how they look today. This is how they know that this is where the surgeries took place right here. Now we've gained special access to be able to go upstairs here, guys. As you can see, these staircases were built very, very steep back in the day. They're allowing us to go up, so you guys get an exclusive. A lot of people don't come up here to the house of Sailor Creek. Here's some of the, actually have uniforms here. I guess they do like reenactments. You got some of the old coats. This would be a lieutenant's coat, obviously. It's got the gold bar. These look pretty authentic, guys. Really neat to be able to, it's like a corporal, Confederate Army. There's a nice jacket. And some of the actual shoes and hats they have. And that was the unit symbol there, was a cross. Now some of the Confederate shoes, some of the dresses. So you're seeing some really neat stuff, guys. Not a giant room, but it's big. And literally you can see that's where the battle took place, out that towards that way. Can't imagine. I feel a real heaviness on my heart right now, just because of the history. You can just really feel it. We're just guests here, coming back in time, getting to experience the battle that occurred here in the field hospital. So I'm grateful that we're able to share the history with you guys and preserve this. There's truly a lot of unsettled spirits that probably mourn today, man, over this craziness that happened in our American history, but something that has to be told. I'll take you guys down to the cellar here. All right, guys, I decided to go out the stairs outside. Those other ones just looked a little too crazy for me. And this is what it would have looked like. And this was the winter kitchen. And they know because it's a little bit bigger fireplace. Obviously warms up the house when the kitchen's up and running. This is what a typical table would have looked like during the Civil War and the time period. Like I said, guys, I've done a great job. This is where the stairs were at. I would have been up to the field hospital up there. So remember I told you about the table? There's a surgery table. This is something that was pointed out to me, and I think it's quite amazing. Hopefully I can get this on video, but if you look to the top there, see all that yellow? And then when you come over here to where the surgery table was, see all the yellow? Guys, that's protein stains from blood. That's actually where the blood had dripped during the surgeries. And that's what you're seeing right there, that yellow along that beam there. So literally it was just pouring down through the floors, and you can actually see it. And that's amazing. And you've got the same over on this corner too, which that's why they think there was 2 surgical tables here at the time. So yeah, pretty different. There's actually, you know, restless souls probably. So much misery happened here. Another part of Civil War, part of war that a lot of people don't think about. But very neat. Let's go outside. I'll show you an overview. Obviously, this is what the tobacco looked like back then. And just it's been an incredible place to visit, guys. Let me take you outside. Overview of the backside. Kind of a rainy, beautiful day, though. You can see some of the terrain, what it looked like here in Virginia. It hasn't changed. That's the road that the Army came down and towards the back. Here's the front of the home, guys. So incredible. Sailor Creek battlefield. This is what all occurred. This is all hollow ground. Thousands of men perished in those woods and along that creek bed. I'll take you out. So basically the Union had the high ground. This is very high ground. The Confederates are way down on the hill there. And the creek line runs along where you can see kind of like the trees in the center. And they had 3 units up here at the time of the battle, Sailor Creek, with about 20 to 21 cannons. So not only did they have the high ground, they had fantastic armament and defensive capabilities with 20 cannons plus in this position, as you can see. Amazing. Another view. I love how the rocks are here as you're overlooking this great battlefield. And actually there's 3 battles that occurred here at one time, and they're just skirmishes everywhere. But the rocks here, it almost reminds me of kind of like a gun sight. You got the rear sight, and then to the front there, that rock is almost like a front sight. And that's the entire battleground area of Sailor Creek. Just amazing position. It's still hard to believe there's so many probably artifacts and all kinds of Confederate soldiers still buried out there. It's kind of sad. Some of the families try to recover the bodies, but most of them are out there, like I said, still today. It's all hollowed ground, guys. Civil War history at its best. All right, guys. Well, this wraps up the Sailor Creek visit to the battlefield here in close to Farmville. Special shout out to my good friend and Sergeant Darren Bowling. Darren, thank you so much for recommending this place, man. It was awesome. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour. It was very exclusive. Nobody was out here but us and the Rangers. They allowed us to check out everything we wanted to see. They really believed in preserving history, and which I love. Anything to add, hon? Which part do you enjoy the most? The house?
Oh, I just think it's beautiful. The whole park is beautiful.
Yeah, the whole park here, guys, just worth a tour. Even if you don't see the house, it's a self-driven tour. So you can drive around yourself. Stop at the Welcome Center, though. Meet some of the folks. Man, they're just awesome.
They're very sweet.
Joshua
And Alex.
and Alex. Thank you so much, Josh and Alex, man. You guys are awesome, man. From Adventures in Malibu and Dad, guys. Like I always say, guys, get out there, adventure. Come see this stuff. Go do whatever you like, you know. And if you can't, come with us, guys. We'll take you there because we love to adventure. Me, Mom, and Malibu. Right, Mally? Mally had a great time, too. All right, guys, we love you. Till our next adventure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.